put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. I am Adanna Combie, and we continue conversations this morning in studio. We speak with Acting ASP Sunil Bharath and Inspector KathlynSterling. This morning, of course, it's Monday, and so the TTPS always brings us the crime update as it relates to things happening in Tobago. And we're also going to speak specifically about road safety. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Right. It's always a pleasure having you guys here, of course, bringing us the information as it relates to things happening on the island. And I know we just had a Father's Day weekend. I'm not sure, how many activities there were on the island, as well as anything happening during the week, ending from last Monday till now. Any updates that you can bring for us in terms of as it relates to crime or apprehension of any success stories?
Well, morning, we elated to be here to give updates because it is in a good way. For this week, there were no violent crimes reported, which is excellent compared to the rest of the week.
That's right.
But we have intensified our strategies, our operational plans, and we have seen a remarkable success. For this week, we have arrested over 30 persons for various offenses, ranging from attempted murder to trafficking narcotics, outstanding warrants, possession of firearm and ammunition, robberies. That happened within the week and person was arrested. One person was actually arrested right after the commission of the crime. We decided to change up our plans, our operational plans, and we have seen even comments from viewers on social media that they've seen things happening in Tobago, in the space of Tobago. And we decided to partner a lot with the external stakeholders. For instance, the Port Police, the Coast Guard, the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment, and other, smaller groups. And I would like to thank the public for their assistance, because most of the arrests was help from, people from the communities. Right? We are willing to work with them hand in hand to eradicate this crime problem we have in Tobago. Right? And we saw some success as well. Recently we raided a popular bar, where 32 persons were arrested. And 22 of these persons were charged. 4 of these persons were deported, so they would be taken back to Trinidad in the IDC. And it is a cause of concern because most of the persons were from Trinidad. When the immigrants gave the address, it's from Central Trinidad, South Trinidad, and they're finding a way here in Tobago to have a good time illegally.
You see, and it really is cause for concern. And I must say, thank you to the communities in Tobago for assisting, because whenever we come on this program, the TTPS.
Good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Thank you for staying with us, and we do apologize for that break in transmission there. We're speaking this morning about crime successes, detaining criminals over the past week and weekend here on the island of Tobago. And so the conversation continues. I was just saying, thank you to the communities across the island of Tobago. We're always so happy when we partner with the TTPS to ensure that we can, bring some measure of intelligence to assist in capturing criminals. And so we have all these success stories happening over the past week, and of course I know that you have strategies implemented to continue with fighting crime on the island of Tobago. And so we want to talk a little bit about road safety now. Right, that's the topic that we want to get on this morning. And one of the things, I'm not sure if it's part of your conversation, I always mention the use of the roundabout. I don't know if that would be part of your conversation this morning, but let's get into it.
Hi, good morning, Adanna. We really focusing on road safety, the rainy season being upon us. So we are asking drivers to ensure that their vehicles are roadworthy. In terms of our tire tread, ensure that we go to the tire shop and check it out, because we could have a lot of skidding with water on the roadways. And added to that, defective tire is an ticketable offense for penalty of $1,000. 3 demerit points. So we are asking drivers, to be careful on the roadways. There are a lot of water will be covering holes, so we are asking drivers to reduce their speed on the roadways. Even keep the distance away from vehicles so that in the event and something occurred, that you have enough sufficient space and time to navigate any serious accident. We are also asking drivers to ensure that the windscreen is working, because we don't want to have defective windscreen, rain is falling, and we cannot see on the roadway. So we are asking drivers to ensure that their windscreen are working. That is also a ticketable offense under the road traffic.
The
wipers under the Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Act, with a penalty of $300. Right? We are also asking drivers to be mindful on when they are driving, because rain will be falling. Pedestrians will be running to shelter, especially children, and not paying attention to the traffic. So we're asking drivers to be extra careful, to be looking at pedestrians, especially our children. We're also asking them to take the time when navigating, because the roadway will be full of water, and we don't want to soak our pedestrians on the roadway. Now, recently in Tobago, we had the last fatal we had was on the roundabout. That's at Booker Junction. Well, not the roundabout, the traffic light at Booker Junction. And we're asking drivers, we have the traffic lights, and we should adhere to the traffic lights. That is the reason why we have the traffic lights, so that we could negate accidents happening, especially fatal accidents.
And as you talk about the traffic lights, I know that there have been some cameras installed lately, and I have had experiences where I am in traffic waiting to proceed, and my light has turned to green, which means I am able to go. I have permission to go based on the lights that are there at the traffic light, and still you see vehicles going across in perpendicular to where I am supposed to be going. And I'm thinking, if my light is on green, it means that your light is already on red. Why are you still going across the roadway? So I'm wondering, the cameras that are there, have they been able to assist? Because I feel as if we need to have very, very strict penalties and enforcement of the law, because this can result in something very, very fatal. Because for me, I know I always give myself that extra 10 seconds to ensure nobody's trying to zoom across. And I find, especially in the recent past, it is happening very, very often.
Adanna, with the installation of those cameras, a lot of persons don't know that you are getting tickets in your mail. So when you break the traffic light, expect a ticket in the mail. But we as drivers, we have to also be careful, because we know the light will be on green for us to go, and persons would be breaking the light. So we still have to be careful at the traffic light, drive with due care and attention when we are at the traffic light.
All right, so ticketable offense, the cameras are there, they are picking you up. And remember, you can save a life by adhering to the rules, to the laws. If your light is on red, please do not try to run across the traffic lights. Somebody else's light is on green while yours is on red. So please respect that and hold on for the 2 minutes that you're probably just going to be sitting there, and nothing is going to happen. You just wait for that extra 2 minutes until your light turns green again. Now we want to go over to marine safety. I know that you wanted to mention some things there to bring us up to speed with that as well.
Definitely, because most of the activities in Tobago is in the waters, right? And we have the water sports, we have the tours, we have now the fishermen. And what we have observed recently with the fishermen is that they would venture into the seas to fish, obviously, and they would not inform their loved ones or their siblings of where they are going to. And when after some hours, the loved one of the siblings decide that, hey, they're missing. When the authorities or the other fishermen decide to go and search for these men, we have no idea where to start. And that time is very crucial for the fishermen that lost. That could cost them their lives. So what we are saying, that we have technology, we have telephones, we have GPS, let us use it. Or we could tell the person responsible in the land, where are we going to fish, which area? So in the event that they are lost for some reason, or they experience some mechanical difficulties, we will have an idea, or the Coast Guard would have an idea where to start a search, rather than we have to look for the entire area. So that's a cause of concern. And then we had several reports, with persons visiting the beaches. So there's social media for the weather alert. Let us look at the messages and decide if to go or not. That's important. And what I can say is that the stakeholders had a meeting with the Marine Department of the THA, and we have decided to do awareness campaign, right, to the persons, to the stakeholders, the business people in the beach, plus the visitors. Making them aware of their safety, of their surroundings, and what they can and cannot do. So I'm hoping this will help us as well.
Right, it is very important, and I was going to mention there, of course, the public education and awareness to persons who are using the beaches and who are doing fishing and, using the marine for their source of income or even recreation. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking with Acting ASP Sunil Bharath and Inspector KathlynSterling as they bring the updates of crime happening here on the island, detection of crime and arrests, as well as road safety and marine safety. And we say thank you so much for being on the program this morning and bringing that information to us. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to go for a short break before we continue conversations this morning in studio with our guest. And of course, before we go, we invite you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.